I'd like to invite up Justin Farman and Tyler Sorrell to present their class reflections.
So first and foremost, congratulations to our classmates. We made it. It truly does feel like a dream just to be here in this moment.
While we have worked hard and very diligently for this dream to become a reality, it is our family and friends here in this room tonight that we have provided us with the love, support, and encouragement that we needed throughout our journey to get where we are today.
Over the last 2 years, we have laughed, we have cried, we've been fearful at times, and have felt tremendous joy.
For those of you who were unable to witness our journey firsthand, we would like to offer you an insight into our lives as nursing students.
So it all began with that letter in the mail that we all screeched at when we opened, reading, "Congratulations, you've been accepted into the nursing program." We picked up our quarter ton of books from the bookstore and wondered how we would ever read that many pages. We picked up our new nursing uniforms and tried them on proudly, despite the pleated men's shirts that we swore were women's.
Or Justin's infamous clinical shoes that tripped him up every clinical. Our very first lecture with Lisa, a pep talk and a reality check, all in one. "Congratulations," she said. "You should be proud of yourselves and what you have accomplished to this point." She added, she told us that this may be the most difficult 2 years of our lives.
She wasn't bluffing. She wasn't.
She told us we may have to miss out on some things in our lives, but hang in there, and all your hard work, dedication will be worth it. She was absolutely correct.
So we began leafing through that quarter ton of books, going to our first clinicals, and experiencing our first critical elements, where I think we all personally experienced palpitations before we even learned about them. But we felt optimistic and proud to be on this journey. As we moved on to our second semester, we felt we had a grasp on how things were going to go. We were mistaken. We got our first true clinical patient assignment, and nobody knew just what that entailed. As we stumbled into pre-conference at 6:30 a.m. on the first day, narrow-eyed and not so bushy-tailed, we compared the amount of sleep we got the night before. 2 a.m., said one. "I didn't get to bed until 3, said another. But then we looked to Tyler, and he replies, "I haven't been to bed yet." And I think it's safe to say very few of us remember much of the day after that.
In maternity, we observed the beginning of life and newborns taking their first breath. Our emotions were tested as new mothers and fathers held their baby for the first time. We provided care to babies who were ill and were counting on nurses to survive. After witnessing the joy of life, we learned how some of our patients truly required our care.
And to always move the mom and massage the fundus. Cassandra.
We all knew going into our third semester that it would be one of the toughest semesters we would face. Many students felt wary of psych and the unknowns that accompany this area of nursing. We learned therapeutic communication techniques and yet still struggled to get those questions correct on exams. But we put aside our nerves and became listeners, supporters, and role models.
And a few short weeks later, we were back into med-surg with some added pharmacology to mix things up. We learned generic names, trade names, classifications, and side effects, and what seemed like every medication known to man and its every use. And if we should ever have mice for patients, we will surely recognize the distinctive dances of mice under the influence. Our fourth and final semester, feeling so close yet so far. Competence and confidence began to prevail, and we truly all began to feel like nurses. Continuously taking mini trips down memory lane, talking about how we used to feel when we started out or how much we have learned since then.
but we reminisce with joy and even sadness that we would be leaving. Our instructors became mentors, and our classmates became family. Nursing applications and interviews were no longer just something that we heard existed. This is the final segment, the home stretch.
We all came from different backgrounds and walks of life with the hopes and dreams of becoming a nurse. We lost some of our closest friends along the way, which felt like losing parts of our family at times.
And no matter what direction our personal lives were taking us, we continued in the direction of becoming a nurse. Many times this path was lit by our instructors, which we may not have said in the beginning, but we thank you.
We can now draw a nephron tubule better than almost anyone and know that even though all the answers to the test questions are correct, we must pick the bestest and prioritize the patient who is worser. Our simulations taught us what to do in real-life situations and what Marlene may look like if she were to fake a stroke. We learned a language that is foreign to many and how to say what used to seem like big fancy words, although we had to learn the word exacerbate on our own because Julie can't seem to get that one down.
Your skillful abilities to stimulate our critical thinking and provide us with challenges has further developed our clinical knowledge and skills. All kidding aside, we are sincerely grateful to have had you all as our mentors and for your assistance and support, knowledge and expertise, but most of all, for believing in each and every one of us. Tonight marks the end of this journey and the beginning of many new ones. Wherever life takes us, whatever we may do, we will always be nurses. Congratulations, class of 2015.
I didn't hear the guitar. I was waiting. We will now enjoy a slide presentation put together by our nursing class of 2015.